for the first time in a long time, we join you on the fifth quarter after a Pirate loss, 34-20. The final today, Navy continues to dominate East Carolina inside of Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. Pirates have never beaten the Midshipmen at home, and that unfortunately continues with Blake Harrell's first loss since becoming interim and first loss since becoming the head coach at East Carolina. We'll get your thoughts, 317-1250. Holt Nailers, your take.
Yeah, I mean, you got to come ready to play against a triple option team, especially after Thanksgiving. There's tons of, ways to, get the attention away, if you're on the team, to get your attention away from it with the hiring of Blake Harrell, senior day, the last day for these seniors, Thanksgiving too. And Navy came ready to play, and it seems like we didn't. So, tough loss.
Cade Norman.
It was simple. Defense showed up first half. Offense didn't. Defense didn't show up second half. Offense showed up very, very late, and not enough today at all.
No complimentary football for the Pirates.
None.
In this game. We will take your calls, 317-1250 on the Big Rock Power Sports Live line. We kick off the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter call-in show after this. Pirates fall today 34-20. Finish the regular season. Hey, exactly like I said they would, 7-5. Look at me. They lose today, and Blake Harrell 0-1 as a full-time coach. We'll call him 4-1 as a head coach of the Pirates. Cameron in Goldsboro's up. Hey, Cameron.
Hey, guys. Before everybody starts calling in with kind of hot topics and stuff like that, look, we've never beaten Navy at home. I expected us to lose, and we did lose. But, that game could have gone so much differently in that first half. We should have been up 17-0, 21-0. I get Wright Jr. is not healthy, Sal's is not playing, so that's kind of tough. But if you could just get up 14, 17-0, Navy can't come back from that, and that's what makes it so tough. But Navy's a good football team. I mean, they've won 8 games for a reason. If they didn't have the delays at Rice, they'd probably have 9 wins right now. So it is what it is, guys. We were 3-4 a few weeks ago. Now we're 7-5. There's not much to complain about. Let's get healthy. Let's get ready for the bowl game. I hope Wright and Sal can be healthy for the bowl game. And I'm excited for the future. And now I'll pass it off to everybody else to start doing their rants. So go Pirates.
All right, no rant from Cameron.
Great job to all of you this year, guys. Great job on the fifth quarter. Looking forward to the bowl game.
Thanks, Cameron. Appreciate that. All right, Zach is up in Dunn next. Hello, Zach.
Hey, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. I hate to give Cameron credit, but, I mean, he hit the nail on the head. Whenever you play Navy, it's a war of attrition. And whenever you go down and score 3 points or 0 points, that's a win for them. And, they sit there and they wait for you to make mistakes. We are now 2-10 historically against Navy. We've never beaten them at home. And you want the measuring stick to have been that game. You might as well ask them to beat Georgia. It's ridiculous, the expectations that some of these people place on it. It's almost like they ain't happy unless they ain't happy. If you'd have told me 6 weeks ago that we'd have wound up 7-5, I'd have said I will take it, because Muscle Milk Mike, he lost against App State and Liberty with 3-score leads, and then he lost against Charlotte. He got the brakes beat off of him. We just came off of a 2-10 year and went 7-5. I'm not saying that we're world beaters right now, but you got to recognize that we're taking steps forward. And we lost today, but at the beginning of the year, I'm sure a lot of folks would have said that. So, guys, I appreciate everything that you did this year. Looking forward to a bowl game.
Nolan joins us in Greenville. What's up, Nolan?
What's up, Clip? Y'all are the best. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. I know this is not the fun one after the loss, but I got to say I directly disagree with the last caller. If you look at Navy's last game, they lost 35-0 at home to Tulane, who then lost last night to Memphis at home. And I just expect a little bit more from our boys. Crowd today, I will say kudos to the Pirate Nation. I feel that it was a pretty strong. Unfortunately, I wish every game was a sellout, but this is probably the second strong after App State of the year. So give the crowd that. Hope for the best. I will support the boys in the bowl game, but that's a tough loss today. I'm going to leave it at that. I will say to the last caller, hey, man, we all respect it, but Navy lost their last game at home 35-0, and we played their backup quarterback today. I expected a win.
Navy is not that good. I don't know what these people are seeing, because they played 2 backup quarterbacks. Both of them didn't look good in the first half. second half, they just took us to task, and just not happy with the whole game, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Season-wise, yeah, we did better. We came back from a horrible season last year. We got 7 wins. We're gonna go bowling, but I think it's embarrassing that we let Navy come out in the fourth quarter and basically punk us down in front of our fans, and we responded by getting our butts kicked. So not happy. Sit back and wait to see what sorry bowl game we're going to get, and maybe it's the Myrtle Beach bowl game, because that's about the only one I'll spend money on to go see this crap. Y'all have a good day, man.
All right, Kenny down in the dumps.
Kenny's usually, pretty positive, but I mean, yeah. Look, I mean, I was just looking at the schedule. We played 3 teams with a winning record this year, and we went 7-5. Like, obviously, that led to Coach Houston being fired, and there's other things that we got to change with the program. But like, we're not even talking about having expectations about beating teams with winning records, even if we only beat the teams with losing records. I mean, you're talking about winning 9 games without the bowl game. You're talking about maybe a 10th game with the bowl game if you just beat the losing records. So that's, I think, where it's frustrating is we feel like we have the talent. And look, Blake Harrell's the right guy for the job. I'm sure people are going to call in and, talk all sorts of crap. He's the right guy for the job. We have the talent there. But can Blake Harrell win the games he's supposed to win? And then the games that are up in the air that it's a 2 to 3 point swing, let's go win those. These are the games that will make a coach average at ECU and a coach elite at ECU.
Next year, the schedule gets tougher. Non-conference, You got BYU State. In conference, I know Tulane's back on. Memphis is back on.
So. Sadly, this was the year to probably make a push at it. But if Blake Harrell can come in here, Memphis and Tulane should still be toss-up games. We shouldn't be that big of underdogs.
We go to Kyle in LaGrange. Hello, Kyle.
Good on Cliff. I'm actually in your parking lot waiting to go in here to UVE.
That's not creepy.
Well, hey, look, I'm not going to go in a minute. Look, I may need to go visit our friends at the Holistic Company after that one if I'm going to go to work Monday. I wondered all week, and I'd like to get Holton's thoughts on this, if the guys would be distracted, particularly on the offensive side of the ball, this week with all the pomp and circumstance going on with hiring Blake and then the press conference Wednesday. I'm certainly not blaming it on that. I wanted it to go ahead and be done. But I just kind of wondered if that would affect us in practice this week, affect our mindset with, so much going on around the program outside of football.
Holden, can you say, too, that we were back on ESPN, Hauser didn't play great, so nobody will come after him, so that guy will call in?
Dead serious, me and Caden were walking on the way to the car to come over here, and I was like, the difference between Caden Hauser starting at Ole Miss next year and starting at East Carolina was games like today. And I'm not talking crap about him, but dead serious. I'm sure people could say that same thing about me, too, and it's like, if he would have went out, those first 3 games where he was starting, he was lighting it up, I promise you, if he would have played like that the rest of the year, he would not be at ECU next year. No matter how much he loves it, just the new world, he would have got offered a ton of money, and he still might. But games like today help ECU if you want Caden Hauser here.
Now let me go to Blake Harrell. I think if Blake Harrell turns out to be the best coach we've ever had, the only reason that will be is because he fell in John Gilbert's lap. And the reason I'm saying that, John Gilbert cannot even get the concession stands running right, much less run a program. There were 50 to 70 people in every line today at the concession stands. And the lady at the concession stand said that they were told that the reason it was so bad today, they wanted to get rid of all the product because it was the last game of the year. Well, let me tell you something, John Gilbert. I can say what I want. I can criticize. You can't fire me like you did Clip. You cannot treat us patronizing citizens, the ones that pay the bills down there, like second-class citizens. We expect excellent service, whether it's the first game or the last game. And if you've got any balls at all, you will get on this radio station and apologize to the fan base for the lack of service we were given the last 2 home football games. Thanks, guys.
All right, Joe. Sorry to hear that.
Joe waited way too long for his Diet Mountain Dew today in line and was not happy about it.
Man,
I'll agree with Joe. The lines were a little too long.
Dude,
I was down there for a while, and I got out of line, and I just went to get beer instead. So
I will say, too, and when we walked up, the line usually isn't long at all, other than the App State game, to scan your ticket. And it was, we were like, did they not plan for this many people? Because we actually had a good crowd. I was actually very happy with our crowd. After Thanksgiving game, like, that's a tough one. We had some chance there once Navy got all heated and stuff. But, like, I've been kind of on the crowd all year. We had a good crowd today.
it still wasn't a crowd. Your concession stand should be backed up.
No,
and
not at
the
all.
entry
I'm
to the
saying it's
stadium.
like they weren't even prepared to have that, though. It's like they didn't think we would have a big crowd.
I agree with you. I don't know if it's John Gilbert's fault, but everything goes back up to him. He can't fire me either, Clip.
that's right, Caden. But I can. Actually, I don't even think I can.
Nah, you can't fire me either.
Damn.
Hey guys, I just want to make a few points clear. This game was not lost by Hauser. This game was not lost by the defense. This game was not lost by the play calling. The play calling was modest. We took our shots. You know, we were expecting big plays. The score of the game should not have been 13 to 34 or whatever it was. I don't count the late touchdowns, but you know, he was not on his A game today. Obviously, he missed his targets. It was either underthrown or overthrown. The fourth quarter, he kind of got it together and we put together a drive. But I mean, there's not so much you can do when you're trying to out physical or be more physical than the most physical team in the entire league. You are not going to run it up the middle, up their throat against Navy, who's had a bye, had a way to prepare, and had plenty of time to think about how Rajay Harris is going to impact this game. Now, I'm just going to say I do not know what they put in what the Navy is drinking right now, but it is not good. That was awful. That was complete disrespect. Where are the refs on this? Sideline warning? Where was it? There was no flags at all. Go Army, beat Navy, and please go Pirates. Let's win a bowl.
All right, there's Liam. Did he ever say why we lost? I know he said why we lost.
It went back to Hauser.
It's not Hauser, but
He should have hit the targets.
Liam's getting smooth talking every single time he calls.
Liam's a good call.
He is.
What if he's an old man just with a kid's voice? You ever thought of that?
Is it Little Nugget? Is that his alter ego? Is Little Nugget calling?
Could be. Yeah, I heard Kevin Monroe saying several things about Navy and the way he called out. Were y'all at the game? Did y'all see it when they ran on the field or whatever? Yeah. I mean, is that a big deal?
As a player, first of all, it made me mad as an ECU alum and stuff like that. But it fired me up. They were ready to play the fourth quarter, and they were about the action. They were not stepping down from anything. If you're a true fan, like I know ECU fans are not going to like this at all, but it fired me up. And then it got our team ready to go. Like, why don't we be the team that said, all right, let's go. Let's step up to the bat and let's play. You know, I didn't mind it. No, I think that's being competitive. Navy's never going to be disrespectful. I mean, they're Navy.
I liked it a lot as well. I like that it's like call you out almost. Like, hey, we're ready to come. Are you guys ready to come? And fun fact, I was holding Holton back. He's ready to jump onto the field, so I had him back.
They've always been a little dirty, too, as far as, like, late hits and stuff. What are you laughing at, Holden? Did I miss something?
No, just Caden's comment really got me there. That was a good one.
I missed it.
I made him check.
All right, I'll have to go back. And
no, you're right. They are dirty. They are dirty. But I like my military men dirty.
Now, that's a good comment. What's up, Pace?
What's going on? Joe was a little upset earlier, wasn't he? He wanted that Capitol Grill treatment. He got the Applebee's treatment.
He was not eating good in the neighborhood.
He wasn't even getting a 2 for $20. He wasn't getting anything. So we were picked seventh. Eight in the beginning. We were picked seventh to finish in the conference. It looks like we'll finish fifth, I believe. So, hey, we're 2 spots and 2 spots up to more where they predict us to be. So I mean that's a positive. Hauser he's out of sync today. I mean, watching on our end, just watching on TV when they would, flash on him and show it. He looked like a deer in headlights a couple of times. So he just had one of those games. You can't blame the defense. I mean, they give you everything they can first half, and then you're up 3-0. I mean, at some point you can't keep those guys on the field and be able to sustain against a Navy offense that just grinds you down. But hey, we're 7-5. I think Cliff, you predicted 7-5, right?
Yeah, I had 7-5, and I thought maybe I was, pessimistic, but yeah, that's where we ended up.
Yeah, no, I mean 7-5, 5-3. It'll be our second best. Is our second best conference finished in AAC ever?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look at the numbers.
Yeah, I think Holden were 5-3 that one year. But yeah, can't blame for people that are trying to say Blake Harrell. You got to evaluate Blake Harrell on the Navy game. Come on, man, y'all must have never hired anybody or been in any kind of managerial situation or anything like that. You can't evaluate that. If y'all going to evaluate him on Navy, then evaluate Scotty Montgomery on beating NC State. NC State, North Carolina, and who was Scotty Mo's other group, BYU. You already. So y'all think they should have kept Mo because he beat those 3 games? Come on, man. You can't evaluate on one freaking game. Yeah, so damn. All right, I'll listen now.
All right, Pace. Later, man.
Here's the thing. We've got a lot of guys that we need to have come back. Yannick Smith, number 1 guy on the board, that has to come back. Peyton Hauser, obviously, has to come back. So the administration has gone ahead and said, look, we are going to make a commitment to the coach that you want. We need to make sure that these players are going to go ahead and be committed to the program then. So as far as the coaching situation goes, I'm not sure that we would have been able to do a better job. It is crazy to me that Mike Houston's still making more money than Blake Howard, but that's a whole different side of the business. That's just crazy. But maybe we've learned our lessons. But I just hope these guys stick around, man. There's something to be built on here. I'm very excited about what I've seen. Today's an anomaly, man. Nobody expected us to go ahead and be in a bowl game when we were going ahead and being in Liberty and getting beat down. I mean, come on. You really think that we thought that Blake Harrell was going to rattle off what he did? He's playing with house money, and I'm okay with that at the moment. So I've got no problem. I guess the only thing that I would really go ahead and say is that, if the AD is really committed to this, then he's got to put the dollars where his money is now. So he's got to go in and he's got to find somebody to go ahead and fill that defensive coordinator position. He's got to go ahead and pay John David Baker because somebody's going to come in and pay John David Baker to take that other position. So, Mr. Gilbert, you wanted to lowball our head coach, that's fine. Make sure you put some team around him so he can continue this success. My last thing is, my bowl prediction, Georgia Tech, ECU, Myrtle Beach Bowl. Boys, it's been a hell of a ride. It's been a crazy season. I've been kicked off. I've been put down. I've been held up. But I love you all. And I can't wait to see what this team can put together going forward. And I'm very excited about Pirate football and an 8-win season. Cheers, boys. Happy holidays. And let's go Pirates.
All right, Cheezel in Ocean City signing off.
Cheezel's a good call. Does he know that he can call in when we win? Because nothing was negative there. He can call when we win as well. I don't know if he knows we have a show.
Been a long time since we held our heads high. We just won 4 in a row, Cheezel. He must have missed the last month.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Cheezel calling in, and he made a good point and something that I would expect just from talking to people and just a little bit of common sense here too. Blake Harrell doesn't have head coach experience. No one really on that coaching staff has a ton of head coaching experience, if any. I would expect this defensive coordinator to be an older guy that maybe associate head coach that has some, because you have a younger OC if we keep JDB. I would expect someone to be in place next year to kind of not mentor him, but be there through tough times. What are you going to say, Clip?
Sounds like you're talking about Ruffin McNeil.
That'd be pretty sweet.
But
I would love that.
Not
the perfect person? Yes, Ruffin McNeil. Do I think that's going to happen? No, not at all.
All right, Pirate Mike is in Pine Tops. What's up, Mike?
Hey, Blake. Good to hear from you, buddy. I moved over here 2 years ago to the big city and left Greenville. But I'm very excited about the hiring of Blake Harrell. I think if we hadn't hired him like we did this week. If Carolina beat State, State might have stolen him. Or, of course, Carolina fired the winningest coach in their school history, Mac Brown, and they may have taken Blake Harrell. And of course, thank goodness, back 4 or 5 weeks ago, we fired Mike Houston, and that first game that Blake coached, they looked like the old Pirates. He had them jacked up. They were playing like Pirates, like we expect. And looking ahead, the bowl, I like what that guy said about playing in the Myrtle Beach Bowl with Georgia Tech. I like playing those ACC teams. I wouldn't mind a series with Georgia Tech in Greenville. And I think we need to go back to Blacksburg this Christmas and take them some Christmas gifts and get back in their good graces. And I want those Blue Devils and Deacons down in Greenville some. I understand in 26, Wake Forest comes to Greenville. I don't know if Wake Forest has ever come to Greenville. And the only other thing I wanted to comment about as far as the AD, I think he could do a better job on the first 4 games of each season. And like next year, we go to Raleigh to play State, and I'm tickled to death with that. And then we come home to play Campbell, where I went to undergraduate, and then we play Coastal, and the 4th game we play BYU. But Hauser left Michigan State, came to Greenville. I don't know how all that came about and why Michigan State gave him up or turned him out. But I think during the off season, during the recruiting, wouldn't hurt to get a better quarterback than Hauser. I'd like someone as good as Holton Ahlers. Then I'd be tickled to death with somebody, of that caliber. And just think, though, this year, if we'd have played Tulane and Memphis, that'd probably be 2 more L's. And so we were fortunate there. But next year we play both those schools. So we've got to reload and get some better players. But I did like the enthusiasm. I got excited, and I think next year I'm going to go back and start buying season tickets again. I like what I see. And I just wish instead of Labor Day weekend, like we did this year playing Norfolk State, I like Labor Day weekend next year playing NC State. And I want those Wolfpackers and those Tar Heels down in Greenville. And we want them down here some. And that's where the AD, remember when we had Terry Holland and he had the connections, and we were playing those people all the time. No more North Carolina Centrals, A&Ts, Norfolk States. That doesn't help us out any. But anyhow, I'm very excited about Pirate football. We won 4 in a row. Like some of the callers said, Navy just has our number. And we could have prepared for a month. And Navy's it's hard to stop that triple option. Okay, let me let you go. I'll take 7 and 5 over 2 and 10. And then what Charlotte did to us, I wasn't happy about that. That's why Houston had to go, plus what Army did. So thank God the AD did that, and that's not ever easy. But I think things are looking up now. I feel very good about Pirate football. I think we're next year, if we beat State, of course, we'll beat Campbell, Coastal, and if we beat BYU, hey, I think Pirate football's back. Can't ask for any more. Okay, thanks for taking my call, fellas.
All right, Mike. A lot done.
Hey, Shirley.
Yeah, keep it going, man. Keep going.
Taking my call. I appreciate the fine job you do, too. Right. So.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that very much.
No, hey, keep your eye on on those guys around there. Don't let them give you a hard time.
Oh, no. I know how to keep them in line.
Okay. I'll see you later. We got things going on over here in Pine Top. Scarborough says they want to come over and scrimmage ECU. I don't know if ECU wants that or not. But
and Vikings are tough, ain't
they? I think they just want to. They've won 3 state titles in a row now.
Yeah. What you got going on tonight, Mike?
Well, the 25th was my birthday.
Happy belated birthday.
I just got back off of Amtrak from Durham. I spent 4 days up there with my son and my 2 granddaughters. And prior to that, on Wednesday, I went to Wilson, and all my children came there, and we ate at Western Sizzling. And then after that,
nice,
I went with my son to Durham, But I rode the train back. I couldn't ask him to drive me 2 hours each way. I said, hey, I'll just get on Amtrak. And it worked out beautifully. And I didn't even see the game on TV. I just got home in Pine Tops. I listened to it on the radio.
Good deal.
So, but I'm going to get season tickets next year.
Awesome. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
Well, I hope BYU can find their way to Greenville. And aren't they still nationally ranked?
Yeah. They've lost a couple now, but they can probably take the Amtrak here.
Don't they have that Rocco guy coaching them?
No. Solani, what's his name?
He was thinking Bronco Mendenhall.
Yeah, because
Kalani
a couple
Sataki.
years ago we went out there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And
yes,
this
sir.
is where they agreed to, But I want Gilbert to be working on that Duke coach from Miami, getting them down here to Greenville and getting Wake Forest down. That's what the people want to see.
Yes, sir.
People don't want to pay $70-some to see Norfolk State.
All right, Mike, you said it all. Yep.
I'm not going to do it.
I know, sir.
And that's why I hadn't been buying season tickets. But, we got to put a product on the field, and I think Blake, he can do it. I do know if Gilbert hadn't gone ahead and hired him, I know if Carolina beat State would have taken him.
Yeah, I don't know, but all right, Mike.
And I think Chapel Hill might. Chapel Hill's talking about taking that OC for the Steelers, but
yeah, Arthur Smith.
Let me ask you one other thing before I go.
All right.
I've been gone for about 4 or 5 days. Why did the Tar Heels fire Mack? I mean, he's the all-time winningest coach up there.
He stinks.
And I thought he'd turned things around for him since he's been up there.
They hadn't been very good. I think his glory days are behind him, so they want to go something newer.
Oh, okay. They want to get somebody younger.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, see, that quarterback he had that went to the Patriots, and then the quarterback where his father and his brother played at Chapel.
Yeah, Drake May.
He could anticipate that, and this guy he's using now isn't all that great. He can't throw the ball.
Yeah.
What do you got, Caden?
All right.
Okay. I appreciate you listening to me.
Yes, sir. Fans are enjoying it. All right, Mike. Thank you, man. There's Pirate Mike.
Hey, thank you, Blake. Bye, Shirley.
All right, Blake, signing off. Y'all call me Blake from now on. If Pirate Mike says my name's Blake, then damn it, my name's Blake. And Shirley, is that the longest call of all time? That's got to be close to a record.
That might be. I cannot recall a telephone call that took that long.
The Pirate Mike show. Alex said, stop it, clip. Zach said, give this guy a segment. So a lot of people, Western Sizzler, 100%.
Took the Amtrak, too.
Pirate Mike show. Jonathan says, give this man a show. We might have to get Pirate Mike after the whole Naylor show. Y'all can share a studio with him. Pirate Mike show.
He can have it, man. He should take the whole morning, the 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. Whole time slot. We should
Talk
give it
about
to
what
him.
he's done yesterday.
Gonna take the Amtrak up to Durham.
That was good.
Pirate Mike, we hope to hear from you after the bowl game. Charlie says, please just let this call be the entire highlight package for the fifth quarter.
You know what I would have wished? You know when Navy got all excited in the fourth quarter? I wish we would have started that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say something too. There was no purple gold chance like all year this year. Beginning of the game, during the game, there was very little.
I know you're gonna get fact checked here by the chat.
I want to hear more.
They start the game with the purple gold chant.
Jared, you had a very visceral reaction to that. What would you like to say?
I just know when I was at the UTSA game, there was a purple and gold chant at the most inappropriate time when we're third down and we have the ball, and then the cheerleaders are like, purple, gold.
Yeah, well,
it's like, how about we just shut up and let them run the play?
I just want to hear it more. I know, like, as Jack Powers is one of our best friends, Jack transferred here, and after the first game versus NC State, he was like, dude, the purple gold chant is like the coolest thing in the world. And multiple guys who have transferred here from other schools who don't do stuff like that during the games mentioned that. And, like, that is a cool thing that we don't need to let that tradition just die. It doesn't need to be something we just do before the game starts. Like, let's do it throughout the game.
Wait, last fan comment. You know what drives me crazy, Clip? Maybe it drives you crazy as well. Is when they hit that "Get Loud" chant when we're on offense.
That is bad.
Do they do that?
Sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
I hadn't been to a game this year. So.
That's where when you really get under, you do one of these bad boys, Caden.
Oh, I bet as a quarterback you like doing
That's
that,
the best
right?
feeling in the world, yeah.
You got crowd control.
Yeah.
I am so glad to be a Pirate. My voice is shot for today. I'm so proud to be a Pirate. I like the chippiness, right, Kate? I'm with you. You know, let's get it. You want to shut them up? Go out there, let's play. But one of the things I want to let you all know is one of the best things that's come out of last year, the last two seasons when we've been terrible, is listening to y'all. I love this show. You guys put up with a lot of knuckleheads, a lot of people calling in, just bad-mouthing everything all the time. And you know what? You know, that's easy to do when you haven't been in the arena, right? You guys have, and it's great that you can sit in there and give us your feedback, your insight. I mean, I have just loved it. So that's one great thing that's come out to me the last couple of years. I really think we're on the right track. I love Coach Harrell. I think we're going to do great things. Was today disappointing? Yeah. But guess what? We're going to have disappointing games. We're not going to lose every single one. But I am proud to be a Pirate. I love listening to y'all. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't let the knuckleheads get to you. And go Pirates.
All right, Jeff. That call fired me up.
That was a good one. Yeah, appreciate the support, Jeff.
Thank you for acknowledging that I have been there and been in the wars. Oh, wait, you were talking to them, not me. Okay, fair enough.
No, Jeff, we've had fun, too. Me and Caden were pretty close to becoming on a year of launching the podcast, and this is our first year with the Fifth Quarter Call-In Show. Obviously, you know, we've been on Pirate Radio for a few years now. Probably our first year kind of as, like, media, I guess, not as players. But we've had a blast with it, and we'll be back next year, too, so we're really excited.
I haven't signed my extension, but we'll see.
If we don't sign you now, Carolina or State could sign
we could
for their show.
We'll take them to the Amtrak. Go to.
It's a short ride on the Amtrak.
What I'm upset with, and I know this is kind of a taboo topic, let's quit treating Navy with kid gloves. Let's quit rolling out the red carpet for them. Let's quit doing the military appreciation game when we play them. Every other school in the country does it the week of Veterans Day or the week before or the week after. Why do we roll out the red carpet and treat them the way we do? I've been going to games in East Carolina for 30 years, and I don't remember Miami or Central Florida or South Florida or Memphis or none of those teams taunting us the way Navy did today. But Navy gets away with it. When they went out there in the third quarter and went, midfield taunting our guys, if we'd have done that, they would call us a bunch of thugs and throwing flags on us. But Navy does it, and it's okay. 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, they asked us if we would wear our white jerseys on our own home stadium to accommodate them so they could wear their jerseys at Hawaii or wherever they were going next, and we did it. We bend over backwards every time Navy comes to town, and it's time we start treating them like a regular opponent. Time we start treating them like UAB or Charlotte or whoever the heck is coming in here, and it's time we start playing them like a regular football game. And I'm tired of this rolling this out there against Navy. I have not been so upset with another team in my entire life of going to ECU football games, and I'm sick and tired of us rolling it out there for Navy. And that's not to disrespect those guys, whatever they do their thing after school, but every one of them chose to go to school there. It's not like they're any different than our guys who chose to come to East Carolina. They are still a college football team. They are our opponent on Saturday, and it's time we man up and treat them like any other opponent. But that being said, I'm looking forward to the bowl game. Go Pirates.
All right, Justin, hit on that a little bit already today.
I mean, yeah, it is. That's why I genuinely asked. I was like, does every school do this? Like, is every away game for them like that? I mean, yeah, why not just appreciate the military versus Florida Atlantic?
Yeah.
And not when you're playing Navy. When Navy comes in town, let's think about just winning the game and not showing. I mean, that sounds terrible. I love America more than anyone, but yeah, military. I'm all for having military appreciation, not against Navy.
How do you know you love America more than anyone?
I know my heart, Clip.
And you know what's in it.
Yeah.
All right. Holden, your final thoughts.
I hope you play in the Fenway Bowl. I think Boston would be really cool for Pirate fans. Myrtle Beach would be cool though, just because more people could travel for sure. And then I would say, whatever happens in the bowl game, we have the foundation set if we can keep the foundation in place. You have two really good receivers coming back, more than two, but two like star with Chase and Yannick obviously coming back. You have the OC. Blake Harrell, the DC is kind of, the defense coordinator is kind of what you're going to see is who's going to hire that. Will Blake Harrell kind of still have his say-so in it, which I believe he will. And then you have the offense coordinator, you have the quarterback. Let's keep the foundation and build off of it. Yes, we wanted to win more games no matter how the bowl game goes. But for the first time in a while, you have a core coming back with a quarterback coming back that you know how they're going to play. Let's buy into it and excited for next year. Obviously, we still have a bowl game left, though.
Caden Ehrman.
I'm pretty past this game this week. I'm just thankful for the holidays. I'm thankful for being on the fifth quarter this year. Thankful for Clip and all of his mentorship we've had on the off-hour sessions. If you teach me how to do this, Holden, thank you for the friendship. I would call myself a Nepo friend, not a Nepo baby, but a Nepo friend. All his successes, I get to ride in the coattails, and it's a pleasure. Shirley, you did a great job with the phones. I love when people make you angry. It's fun to watch you give it back to them. Jarrett, I love sweating bets with you, and all of our faithful callers, Philly Al, B Pays, Kyle from LaGrange,
Little Nugget.
That was another good one. And Pirate Mike. Thank you guys. Mike. If I forgot anyone, I did not forget you in my heart. Thank you for a great season. We got one more in us, but thank you all.
You gonna tell them you love them?
I love y'all.
Yep.
Love you too.
All right, that's a great way to wrap it up, Caden. That was beautifully said. All right, we'll be with you one more time. When, I don't know, but we'll let you know when we find out. When the Pirates go bowling, we'll be on the Bud Light pregame tailgate and U.S. Cellular fifth quarter call-in show. Been a fun year, and we got one more to go. Awesome work, Shirley, J-Bone, Holt, and Caden. Great additions to the show. Hopefully, we can run it back again next year. I'm hoping to see you guys for another season.
I hope so.
We got to extend that contract.
You got to give me the offer I'm asking for, guys.
Will do. All right. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, calling in. Been a fun ride. We'll see you when we go bowling.